Hello everyone, welcome again. In our previous video, we discussed how we can use Garagen keyword to write the test inside the feature file. Now in this video, we are going to discuss how you can implement given, when, then statement with the help of Java code. So let me start with a simple feature. So feature keyword, and the feature name will be login page of Bugzilla. Let me put a small description about it. To test the login page of Bugzilla web site. Okay. Then in order to represent a test, we need to write a scenario. So scenario will be login with valid user ID and password. Now I'm going to define my test case using given, when, then, and steps. So given, I should be at the login page, and using the AND keyword I will specify an additional condition, and I provide valid user ID and password. Then using the when step, I'm going to perform an action. So when I click on login button, and using the then step, I'm going to validate the outcome. Then I should be able to log in inside the Bugzilla, and the title of web page should be Bugzilla main page. So using the feature file, I have described my test. Now I need to provide the implementation of this step in the form of Java code. So in order to do that, just do a right click on the feature file, run as Cucumber feature. Now if you look at the console, it has printed the feature and scenario description at the console, and also it has generated certain Java step which we need to implement, and which is a mapping of your feature file step. So as you can see here, you can implement missing step with the snippet below. So I'm going to copy all this code, and this code is generated by the Cucumber framework. So I will add one more folder inside Cucumber folder, and let me call it as a step definition. So this folder will contain the step definition file for my feature file. So these are the step, and the corresponding Java code or method will be termed as a step definition. So inside this I will add a class first feature, and I'm going to paste all the entire code. Now here just press Ctrl Shift O to import the dependent class file. Now as you can see here, for every step inside the feature file, it has generated a Java method. For example, here for given I should be at the login page, there is a method called public void I should be at the login page. Similarly for and, when, then, there are corresponding method. Okay. Now as you can see here, every method is annotated with a keyword. So here it is annotated with @given. Here also it is annotated with the @given, when, and then. Okay, so now how the cucumber will know which method to invoke it? That comes using this string. Cucumber use regular expression inside the annotation to identify which step to invoke which method. Okay, for example, if you look at over here in the given annotation, the string, the matching string is I should be at the login page, and this is coming from here. Okay, this symbol represents starting of sentence and this symbol represent ending of statement. So Cucumber framework use regular expression for identifying the corresponding method for a step. Okay, so for here, for this given we have this corresponding method. For this we have one more given method, but I can change it to and to make it proper. Okay, similarly for the last one, so this will be your and. Okay, so now for every step inside the feature file, I have a corresponding method inside my step definition file, and Cucumber use this particular string to match the corresponding method. Okay, and one more thing, suppose you want to know that which particular step is mapped to which method, just do a right click on that step and click on find step. So it is going to take you to the particular method which is mapped to that step. Now as you can see here, in every method there is a throw new pending exception. So usually this exception represents that the method is present but still it has not been implemented yet. Okay, so let us put some code over here. This is out, and I'm going to copy this entire string. Okay, similarly for other steps. So for this when step, and the last step, that is and step. Okay, so now for every step I have a corresponding Java method. Now in order to run it, just do a right click on the feature file, run as Cucumber feature. So now if you look at the console, as you can see that all this string are coming from the corresponding method. Okay, so instead of out I will put error. Let me rerun it once more. Okay, so these strings are coming from the step definition. Now the main question arises here is that how this particular feature file will know where are the step definition are present, because using this regular expression along with the given when then annotation, the Cucumber can figure out which method to invoke. but still we didn't specify that which file contained the step definition for these steps. So Cucumber automatically search the folder which is present at the class path for this matching steps. For example, right now our step definition folder is present inside the src folder, and as we know that the src folder will be at the class path. So if I move this step definition outside the Cucumber also, but still it is at the class path because it is still inside the source folder, and I rerun my Cucumber feature file, so as you can see that still it is able to find those corresponding steps and invoke those methods. But let us suppose if I move this step definition outside the source folder. Okay, now this folder is not at the class path. So if I run this, so as you can see that Cucumber framework is not able to find the matching step because that folder is not at all at the class path. That's why it has generated the snippet for that. So here in the while during execution, Cucumber automatically try to find the matching step if they are present at the class definition. Okay, not at the class definition, sorry, at the class path. Now let us suppose I have one more scenario. Okay, and this time I am going to use invalid user ID password for login. I provide a invalid user ID and password. Okay, and this is going to be different, so then I should get the error message. Okay, pretty format to make the current indentation. I'm going to just comment out this piece of code. Okay, so I will run this feature file once again to generate the code snippet. So now if you look at the console, we have the code snippet for every step, and I'm going to put inside the same step definition class. But as you can see here in our both the scenario, these two the first given method given step is common in both the scenario. So if I select this and do a find step, it is going to take me to the corresponding method, and if I select this one and do a same action, it is going to take me to the same method. So that means if you have already existing method which is mapped to a step, if similar step is going to be used in different scenario, Cucumber is not going to generate a duplicate step for that. It is going to reuse the existing mapped method. Okay, and in other case also, because in both the step this string will be used for matching purpose, and we have already a method or step definition for this particular, or you can say for this particular step. So that's why Cucumber will not generate a duplicate step. Both of this given step is going to share the same step definition. Okay, so let me implement a proper code for these steps. So I'm going to remove this and uncomment the entire code over here. So let me create the instance of WebDriver. So private WebDriver driver equal to null. Okay. So our first step says that given I should be at the login page. So I'm going to find this step, and here I'm going to do the action. So driver equal to new Firefox driver, setting the implicit wait. So driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicit wait 30, and the unit will be time unit dot seconds. I will maximize the browser. So driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, and after that driver dot get localhost 5001 is the link for Bugzilla URL. Okay, so the next step is I need to provide the valid username password. So find step, here driver dot find element by dot xpath. So first of all I need to click on this file a bug link to navigate to the login page. So this is the xpath. Dot click. So when I click on this, it is going to take me to the login page where I need to provide the username and password. So this is the ID for the input field. So driver dot find element by dot ID dot click, sorry, send keys, and the username will be this. And similarly for the password field, and after this when I click on login button, so find step, here I will use driver dot find element by dot ID login dot click. Then I should be able to log in inside the Bugzilla. So find step, so I'm going to just assert the title. So here I'm just not doing any action, just leaving this particular method blank, and here I am going to put a assert to make sure that I have been properly logged in. So assert, and this will come from your testng framework. Dot assert true, driver dot get title is the method to fetch the title of the web page, dot contains, and this is the string. After that I will close the driver, So driver dot quit. Okay, so now for this particular scenario we have corresponding step definition which is going to perform the task. Okay, so let me run this. So just do a right click, run as cucumber feature. So it has opened the browser and the web page, clicked on file a bug link, provide the username, password, and we got a failure over here because the password was not valid. So here the important thing which I want to show is that, okay, I accidentally cleared the console. Let me rerun it once more. So now we had a failure here. Sorry, we have a failure here. So if you look at the console, so the end step got failed. Okay, the reason why I want to show you this is that if any of the step inside the feature file, for example, if this particular end step is failed because of some reason, Cucumber will stop the execution of this scenario at that point, and it will not proceed with the execution of the upcoming step. For example, at this step there is some failure, so it will skip all these steps. For example, at this step we have a failure, then it is going to skip this step. So this is a kind of a flow, and this is a behavior that when you are doing a BDD, every step will have a dependency on the previous one. Okay, so let me fix this thing. So I just do a find step, and yeah, so password will be different. Okay, now let me rerun it once more. So as you can see that our tests have been passed. So you say that one scenario passed, five steps are passed. And here also in the console you can see that what is the corresponding method for a given step. So this is the file name, and this is the method name. So in the console you can easily identify that which particular step is mapped to which method inside the step definition. So as you can see here, then step is mapped to this particular method. So in this manner you can write your feature file inside Cucumber, and you can create a step definition for writing the corresponding code. In our next video we are going to discuss how you can pass the argument from the feature file to the step definition. So that's all for this video, and thanks for watching.